Sleek's challenge is that door-to-door is the main way that makeup is sold here, not the way they sell their product in supermarkets back home. Tanika does need some help. She's arranged a meeting with Brazilian business guru and cosmetic expert Manuel Simões.
The increase of direct selling share in this product category in perfumery, it's still increasing, because the consumer in Brazil, it's accustomed to buy through direct selling. It's a market that's having a huge increase in year per year. The mass retail, they are losing this opportunity, you know.
So the supermarkets are losing out in this growing category. Tanika senses there's an opportunity here.
There needs to be a shift in the way they approach consumers and not just put products on the shelves and expect them to purchase.
They have to understand that this will be a process to change the habit of the consumer.
Which is the hardest thing of all to do. That's coming through loud and clear. I was just wondering, what efforts has everybody else made to do that?
Hello. I seem to have asked an interesting question for once.
Revlon, L'Oreal, these people...
Until '98, I worked at Revlon here in Brazil. I used to be the general manager of Revlon operations in Brazil.
Okay.
And we tried to import the color cosmetics and introduce in the hypermarkets. L'Oreal also invest in the retail mass market. And they were not also successful. Maybe if they have really a project to develop, I believe that it can be successful. What they can't do is expect that in 6, 10, 12 months they will sell a big amount of money. They have to understand that this will be a process.
Manuel is too polite to spell it out, but it sounds like every big company who's tried to sell color cosmetics in Brazil has failed, because the supermarkets just simply lose patience. If they don't make money quick enough, they pull the plug.
Doesn't it worry you that so many large companies came here, spent a fortune, and then just left because they couldn't change the habits of many, many years of the buying public of Brazil?
It doesn't worry me. I think it's something that we need to keep in mind, because I think it's one thing about spending a lot of money. I think it's a total different scenario in terms of how you spend that money, and is it backed up by consumer research, support from the store groups, which, as he said, they've never had before. It's never been a whole project from these store groups to actually change the way the consumers shop. So something that we definitely can't take for granted or ignore, but it doesn't put me off.
So you don't think they spent enough money?
I'm saying they may not have spent the right money in the right areas.
All right. Well, it'd be a challenge.
It will be, most
because what
definitely.
we've seen is that Brazil looks like the graveyard for cosmetic companies trying to sell to the public.
I don't think Tanika is giving her competitors the respect they deserve. Of course, Brazil is not all about sparkly skyscrapers and busty beach babes. Here is the other side. I went to see one of the many infamous favelas. Hillside shanty towns made familiar to us by films like City of God.
You know, when you look around here, it really brings it home to you that Brazil actually is two countries in one. So many people living, not on the breadline, below the breadline.
As recently as 2005, a quarter of Brazilians were living in poverty. In recent years, Brazil's booming economy and government programs have started to alleviate poverty, but there's a long way to go. If you're a big company expanding in Brazil, like Cadbury, the government expects you to do your bit too. Osvaldo is keen to show off one of Cadbury's projects. This is a day centre Cadbury has set up for some of the poorest children of the area. The kids here, though, don't just play games. They also get extra study help with their maths and languages.
What's your name?
Qual que é teu nome? Hã? Michael.
Evan. Oh, how old are you?
Quantos anos você tem? 7?
You're 7.
Don't get me wrong, I think this is great. Really excellent and money well spent. Well, while it's all great PR for Cadbury, it won't get the cream eggs and dairy milk on the shelves. I'm still waiting to find out how Cadbury is planning to muscle in on the Brazilian chocolate market. One meeting Tanika can't afford to be late for tomorrow morning is the all-important presentation to the lady who buys the makeup for Carrefour, the giant supermarket chain. It's a massive opportunity for her, and to her credit, she's determined to get it right. I really am impressed with her professionalism.
It's a little tiring now, it's quite late. I think we're all tired, we've still got to translate the presentation as well. And we're still adding probably about another 10 slides. So we're going to be here for a few hours yet.
In the end, it doesn't take just a few hours. It takes all night. It's the next day. And I feel a bit like an expectant father waiting to hear how Tanika got on with her meeting.
It was brilliant. You know, probably 5 minutes into the presentation, she just stopped us and just said, you know, we love what you're doing. We love the brand and we think it's right for the market. And that is unheard of in terms of buyers. Right?
Let me get this right. So she says, I'm happy with the price structure. I'm happy with the margin you've offered me. I'm happy with the product.
Sounds too good to be true, but it is.
The only thing you didn't do is walk out with a purchase order.
Yeah, absolutely. Which we didn't expect to.
And it looks like they might have timed their arrival just right.
They've said to us there's a space for us in their store in a new concept. They're doing a trial currently where they're creating a drugstore within the store. So it's an area that's specific for cosmetic shopping. It's just a total different way of shopping for consumers in terms of beauty mass market. And they're rolling it out to another 40 stores next year. So it's almost as if we kind of came on at the right time.
That sounds excellent.
It seems they've pitched up just as the supermarkets are looking for a new way to sell makeup. Could it be that this East London outfit Sleek succeeds where the big boys like L'Oreal have failed?
Renata.
But the last crucial missing piece of Sleek's jigsaw is a distributor. They market, sell and distribute the product. Finding a first-rate one is going to be the key to Sleek's success. Time to put my very friendly hosts on the spot. Why did Cadbury fork out for Adams when the company doesn't even make chocolate? Well, as it turns out, Adams was not their first choice.
Well, Cadbury tried to get into Brazil through an acquisition before Adams. It was the Garoto chocolate business. It's a chocolate business which is strong. It has close to 25%. And Cadbury made an offer for the business. And unfortunately, Nestlé ended up buying the business. And the case is still in the courts because there is an antitrust litigation going on.
Antitrust is there to stop any one company cornering a market and limiting choice.
What would happen if the court decided there was an infringement of the Brazilian antitrust laws?
Well, clearly, one of the decisions would be that other companies would have the right to buy Garoto business. And certainly, we would be one of the companies to be interested in that business.
So Cadbury still think they might get Garoto and their chocolate business for themselves. But just when your eyes are fixed firmly on the main prize, something comes along and bites you firmly on the bum.
The American food giant Kraft has launched a £9.8 billion hostile takeover bid for Cadbury.
A famous British company is under siege.
Before I came to Brazil, I thought this was going to be the clash of the titans, but I had no idea it would end up being this big. In September 2009, Cadbury themselves became the subject of a hostile takeover. When billion-pound takeovers are at stake, big corporations go into lockdown. No one from Cadbury is allowed to discuss anything about the business until the battle is over. Unfortunately for us, no more filming with Cadbury, and certainly no more chocolates from Mrs. P. Sorry, love. Sleek aren't under siege, they're on the attack. They still need that last piece of the jigsaw, a quality distributor. They're meeting a company called Excellence. I do hope that's a good omen.
I think meeting these guys, this is the most important link in the chain, the distributor. I think without the distributor, you can get as many agreements as you want from store groups. You need to have someone on the ground who drives the brand.
The man they have to win over is Excellence boss Jacob Neer. He doesn't look an easy man to please.
We actually have 303 individual products in the sleep makeup range.
This product category in perfumery, it's still increasing because the consumer in Brazil, it's accustomed to buy through direct selling. It's a market that's having...
Does need some help. She's arranged a meeting with Brazilian business guru and cosmetic expert Manuel Simões.
The increase of direct selling share in a huge increase in year per year. The mass retail, they are losing this opportunity, you know.
So the supermarkets are losing out in this growing category. Tanika. Sleek's challenge is that door-to-door is the main way that makeup is sold here, not the way they sell their product in supermarkets back home. Tanika senses there's an opportunity here.
There needs to be a shift in the way they approach consumers and not just put products on the shelves and expect them to purchase.
They have to understand that this will be a process.